Hello. Well, I can't extend the hello today because but you know something, folks. You know that this is Talk Shop, where we tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. And also we have a power slogan here, man. I ask, what time is it? And the answer is always the same, folks. It's nation time. It's nation time. Yes. Like I say, we are building a nation. We are not building a political party. We are building a nation. And to start right away, folks, let me say a big thank you to all the youth of Ghana that were engaged in that protest against Galamsey, man. It was a noble protest. All the youth that have been going out, the Democracy Hub, I have to big you up, because I mean, the destruction of our water bodies is simply unthinkable. Sometimes when I see the things, it amazes me, Charlie. When you see the color of what our rivers and waters have turned to, it's mind-boggling. Take a second, take a look at these pictures. These are the bottled waters from the various rivers in Ghana. Look at the picture and look at the colors. Take a look at this. Folks, these are coming from all the rivers, Pra, Densu, Brame. Look at the waters, how dirty they look. The only one that seems to be slightly clear is the one from the Volta, and even that has a time limit. Folks, look at this. Folks, you see this, and this is why the youth were out there demonstrating to bring attention to this deadly, practically disastrous catastrophe that we are looking at. This is just a part of so. You want to see the actual rivers? I want you to take a look at these rivers. I'm sure you've been seeing many images of this, but take a look at this. And folks, this blew my mind. This is where the River Pra actually meets the sea. And look at how it looks like. This is so disgusting. Look at this. Have you thought for a second what is happening to the life in the sea, the fish below, the crabs? Are we thinking of the damage we're doing? Can you imagine all those chemicals and poisons in the rivers that are now going into the sea? And what that is actually going to be doing to the fish, to the life in the sea? Folks, this is awful. And to think of it, that the young guys who were out there were demonstrating against this. And to think that for demonstrating against this, they have been thrown in prison. I mean, lately, I'm happy to hear that the attorneys have fought to get them some bail, but they were in prison for over a week, detained. And if you hear some of the stuff they were talking about, they have about 21 people crowded in one cell, protesting against this filth that you see, and they are arrested and crowded in one cell, 21 people. Listen to some of their remarks.
21 people in one room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in one room. Some of them go to coma.
2 weeks in cell. It's damn bad.
We are not robbers.
How can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
What the fuck?
We all deserve our rights. We are Ghanaians.
How is it like in cells? How is it like in the cell?
We are not having it easy. We are all suffering. We deserve our rights. We didn't commit any offense. We didn't commit offense. It is how we need to be doing. We are always Ghanaians. We are always doing our rights. We are doing this.
And the food, the kind of food they say that one kenkey, they divide sardine among 3 people, and I'm very sure it's not a kind of sardine. No, a kind of sardine by 3 people. They say a normal. I'm talking about 1 stick of sardine, say, given to 3 people, and even the quality of the kenkey. Listen to them.
What they are saying is that
our leaders are very wicked.
And they should end Galamsey now. And it's now.
Poisonous food.
And Galamsey now. And it's now.
They don't give us poisonous food.
And it's now.
Galamsey.
Food did I give you?
3 days kenke. They feed us with 4 days kenke to eat. 3 people 1 sardine. 3 people 1 sardine to share.
3 sardine. 3 people 1 sardine.
3 people 1 sardine.
How many times?
Twice in a day. Twice. Condemn food.
Ghana must work
even
again.
a deaf person will not eat that food.
You mean
Work again.
it's twice in a
Ghana must work again.
Twice in a day.
Ghana.
Condemn
Ghana
food.
is for us.
We never eat their food.
Ghana does
But
not
their food
belong
is
to
poisonous.
anybody.
We
Does
can
not
never
belong
eat their
And folks to think that their crime was protesting against Galamsey. Charlie, does that make sense? Does that not scare you that a group of youth will demonstrate against this evil and they are punished for it? That was their crime. They were protesting against Galamsey. That was their crime. Folks, get this. Pasho, get this. You know, there's something called the playbook of politics. Playbook. I think I want to call it the nonsensical playbook of politics. You know what that is? Is that whenever there's a crisis, you can trust that whenever there's a crisis, the party in power blames it on the opposition. No matter what, it will be diverted into a partisan issue, not any party politics. So right now, let me tell you the sad part about what is going on. The sad part about what is going on now is that the government is complaining that these demonstrations are just being engineered by the opposition because that will make the government unpopular. I mean, there's a bishop who actually is stating that he thinks that the whole movement has been hijacked. The word he used, it has been hijacked by politicians so they can take advantage of this. And this is, like I'm saying, it's an old playbook thing. So he's throwing out the seed there now. And when you listen to some of the full soldiers, they are slowly keeping it in that this whole thing is being masterminded by the opposition. It's the NDC that's behind this. When you go to time, you say this is a playbook. It's a cheap political playbook for all party politicians. Now, listen to this. I want you to imagine for once, folks, that right now as we speak, let's say it was the NDC in power. You will hear the same playbook. They'll tell you that all these things that are coming from the opposition. So it's like human beings, Ghanaians can think. Everything that we want to think about must be controlled by a political party. Is that what we're saying? It's the same playbook. Whichever party is in power, they will blame the crisis on the opposition. Right now, that's what we're hearing. Complaints that all these are being hijacked by the opposition because they want the MPP to look bad. Massa, please, to hell with that crap. Massa, look, my dear folks in the government, or if I should say, my dear people in the MPP, let me tell you what is making the MPP look bad. It is not a demonstration. What is making the MPP look bad is that the dollar is now selling at almost 17 Ghana cedis. When you took over from Mahama, it was 4, and we lambasted them for incompetence and did all we can. And the great Baumia said he was going to change things. He was the whiz kid. Now $1 is 17 or almost 17 Ghana cedis.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
You will recall that I stated in 2014 that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. That was true then, and it is true now.
The exchange rate will expose you. Folks, this is what is making the people angry. You may think the people have forgotten this. Trust me, they have not. They still repeat it every day. The cedi drops and the dollar goes higher. When the fundamentals are weak. This is what is making the people angry. This is what is upsetting them. Every time the dollar goes high, people remember, but he said this. So I want you to understand that the demonstration that you're seeing on the streets is not the Galamsey alone. There are all these things standing out there. That is what is making the people angry, not the demonstration. You want to know what making people angry? It's the amazing inflation of food prices and all of it. This is what is making the people angry.
Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering. Students are suffering. Traders are suffering. Pensioners are suffering. Drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering, and kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering, and men are suffering. Women are suffering, and children and Ghanaians as a whole are suffering.
I'm just showing you more and more of the reasons why people get upset. Still, people are going through this. This was said years ago. I think it was under the NDC. And today, 8 years later, people are still going through the same thing. So what we have to understand is that when the students are out there against the Galamsey, it's not like an agenda. This is just a natural reaction to the deplorable stage our environment is in. You want to know what is making the government unpopular? What is making the government unpopular is the debt level. The debt the MPP inherited, and where Ghana stands now, over $700 billion in debt. Folks, this is what is making the government unpopular. So leave the students out of it. Leave the youth out of this thing. The youth are not taking advantage of it. They see destruction. They see death coming from this deadly Galamsey Act. It's death and destruction that they are looking at. And obviously, no, we cannot sit down and let this continue. We have to do something. And that's all they're doing. So leave them out of this playbook politics. Say you are trying to make somebody unpopular. And please, MPP, I want you to listen to this. And on that matter, let me tell all politicians, sometimes when you get power, one of the problems of power is that it puts you in a position where you become so arrogant and you are dismissive. No matter how crucial that thing is, you can dismiss it. Oh, wait, they say, oh, but this is nothing. Politicians get so dismissive because of arrogance of power. So unfortunately, this is the same thing. Now we're going to try and be dismissive with Galamsey. Wonderful. It won't work. You can't just dismiss Galamsey and say, oh, Charlie, don't mind these people. This is just some politics. I don't mind them. This is just opposition. No. Galamsey is the future of a country that we see collapsing, and we have to fight it. We have to fight it. So please don't be dismissive and say, oh, why are you trying to make the government unpopular? No. Stop being dismissive. Rather, stand up and realize that, Charlie, there were some things that you did wrong. The pressure to stop this nonsense of Galamsey will continue on and on and on. You heard that MP say, yeah, Galamsey no, ye nyane ne, ye nyane china.
Eye obina opese, anka omo ye nanka ye di speed. Nanka ya court ni anka ya stop Galamsey for, nanka ya lose your seat. Yes, stop you omo ne. Yes, stop you omo china. Yes, stop you omo ne. Yes, stop you omo china.
Let me assure the person too that the protests and the voices against Galamsey and also thank you. And very soon, you know, these youth that are out there, maybe old man dear, but trust me, one of these days I'll join you, because this is a cause that the whole nation must be concerned with. Even chiefs are getting into this. There are some chiefs that have expressed their disgust about this. As3m has spoken about this long ago. he's so furious about it anyway.
Nah, well, I'm saying no, dear. Bufu airtime, and yet. Now, mum, so yen Kese I am from Sobi. Now, the baby out here no or holding and now we are Yagalam say. So, we can't be free Mudia. I did on what the 21 reporter will be. One I report man. What's I say out this one or you two? Is your now crop for no? Say, and why a home dear baby? Why, what can home dear baby? I'm passing by our church or crat. Home dear no more because. And you also 2 you know, say no crop for you. Who's make what about Mamma Neda? Mimpo. What Mamma Neda said, Nana means you crofocra 8 cents on a microphone. What free bompata of Mamma Ned? What free to swap of Mamma Neda? Who crowd become was them? Tears also our honor. I'm a decronation, Sunny as I yes, a cronin to Unzuni. Mommy, ye can't buy any card, yes, and yet. Woman, so far so Jafoko, Yakonam, now I am Ryan. I buy a casa and crofo to 1 mile Sicanoa. Dear, what you know, yes, who to Galamsan and who Fina with Jahon. One was scheduled each you. Or Pajman will be a fans or may. The gold in a coin. I don't know no yanchino. They were talk great than no idea, Yannick Caterpillar. The original one now, Colano John, who scored the Coto a day. Who scored the Coto grader. One at all greater no man. I don't want the ancient. Near Quania Kucha photo will be a John and Tibia Frafra Noir, Libra, Waji 200 and 200. Yes, he had Chicalam say. What you how could such an idea no? Your finance, you know, a year to go to no one way and then. I don't want the ancient. And she a band some say, nature. Mamma make me pen not dead, be a moon and contum for some. No, Auntie Galam say, we are 20 and Nimcro for a said, go to a fine echo. Good no sooner Ghana, a cock. To one edge, go no bob or no decro. No, I didn't see a finance. No, you're aware any ancient. What Chinua Galam said to be Jan, a feeding in our nature. Now the answer you want to. Now they are coaching Galam say, Marco, a man's your name, Colebi, and the TV Graham. Yes, he actually the Galam. What's that chance one who go to be our no? They go to the fire. Take Galam Sassam no. Yes, you say, Nanano.
And that's a thing too, he's being financed by the NDC. That one too is he has hijacked it because it's the political agenda. Why are we becoming so frivolous in our thinking that when it comes time to take action and do something, we back away and try and blame some opposition matter? When Santini Utumfo or Tiko Koso is talking about Galamsey with the level of vehemence, and also is inspired by NDC. Let's stop that crap, Mipacho. Let's talk that crap. I want us to listen to these chiefs who are also complaining about the disaster that they're looking at. Listen to this chief.
Mekasa Yen President, His Excellency Akufo-Addo. There, enough is enough. Them Galama say humanity. Offer banning to do Yentra Homa Yesu say. Yentra Homa Yendachima will make Yensu nom. Yenisika Yedebe Kran Sufia Brochira Bagana. And Yen Pressman for one Kade or Sabarima or Tibuko. Yes, offer embargo and to Galamasedo. Says small scale man, Sabado. Yes, you hear one fan call, no farmer, His Excellency President Akufo-Addo. There, concerned citizens now will show there. Yes, you say no one yatam for. With immediate effect, one year bonnet. I dare say no coca, or they watch you want. I wonder what you want. And you press for one country and there or Sabarima or Tibu call say. One now where demonstration in there you to say. Ojai one. What do you my home or what do you first year and swa ya the cotton suma adebeche bemude enya koto no and then sufiwe ya the nswa kotuma ye benya koto.
Now the next one that I want you to look at, this chief actually he personally went to conduct a citizen's arrest of the illegal galamsey. Yes, take a look at this.
Complain and the waboma man there. I told me Hanum, I am Fnubi one side some Ugudu warrior galamsey. Remember Jinzi, but Banade said Amada, what he seems believing into other Mancasama Banamede, Mbappe. Ampara, Missim. Now your Hakama, Moya, Mukro Fraho Ogu Mensusu, that the medium is in to Marco do honor. Into a quick Kennedy, says an accent on the mono that would to know. We are now Mohini, no more action. What Banu will be what's the problem? I know my him that they chicken say. I know my hand him they chicken say. I know my they chicken say. Bamuko Hondan who drew on a demiti, but the Chinese no na Ghana for being or not that's what track I can hand over the police for.
That's it, folks. This is the chief himself who has taken upon himself to conduct a citizen's arrest. Folks, this thing is not a joke. This thing is scary. And folks, this is going on. Me, this political game of NDC, I'm not into it. You know, yeah, they say NDC gave us some licenses. Right now, this is what we're dealing with. NPP has come up to power. And how many licenses have been given to people to go and mine in the forest? And what kind of damage is that doing? Everybody talked about Akonta mining, Wuntumi, actively involved in this. We hear it all the time. Has there been one incident when we hear that Chale, the national security is disturbed with reports, say Wuntumi mining, they have actually gone there to the site to investigate, to arrest, to do things? No. We just hear these things and people talk about it. People are complaining that this money is going on. Forest reserves are in danger. The whole idea of forest reserve is to reserve certain areas that you can't encroach upon for mining and illegal activity. And licenses have been given by the MPP, and there are people there now as we speak who are doing it. And we shouldn't say this. And then recently, even behind the Enyinam police station, right behind the police station, there's illegal mining going on.
We have reported severally that behind Enyinam police station, people are doing stuff there which we have not permitted. So how come that the police is not taking action? The Enyinam one, for example, that galamsey is taking place behind the police station. Galamsey is taking place behind the police station.
Now, what do you think is happening? What power, what cabal could be controlling this to the extent that even behind police stations, this illegal activity is going on? And who is talking about that? And when the youth of Ghana decide that we will demonstrate against this thing, when the youth of Ghana says, this nonsense must stop, what do? We arrest them, put them in jail, 21 people in one cell.
21 people in one room at Abraka. Go and check today. 21 people in one room. Some of them go to coma.
Punish them.
2 weeks in cell. It's down bad. Down bad.
We are not our robbers.
How can they lock us up? 2 weeks in cell.
Does that make us happy? What is happening in this country, folks? What is happening in this country? And I'm telling you, folks, these are red flags. You can't ref like I know you know what I know you understand what I'm saying. These are all warning signals that we are not heading in the right direction. We are not. So please, let's what kills me of all of this, is the level of partisan politics we inject into everything. Galamsey is not the partisan thing. I know the respected Archbishop of Accra, I think his name is Bonavida Kofi. He's the Archbishop of Accra, has even waded in and is saying that this walk against Galamsey is being hijacked by political interest. Bishop in Pacho, let's not go there. I beg you, Bishop, let's not go there. This is not an issue of any party hijacking this anything. This is an issue of a national crisis that we are facing. And your bishops are going to go out in support of us cleaning a clean environment, whatever. It is not politics. Don't make it politics. It doesn't work. Massa, folks, we can't turn everything into politics. We've gotten to the point where we can read politics into everything. There are certain things that are national issues, and I keep saying that on this platform. And please, the police, I beg, you're all part of us. We are all citizens of this country. When we start importing bottled water because we can't use our own water, it will affect all of you. So I beg you, when you're dealing with the protesters, let us not be in the mindset say, oh, order from above. We are here to punish you. We are here to arrest protesters and put you in jail for 21 days, whatever, without bail. No. We are building this country together. And I'm not saying that don't do what you're supposed to do, but keep that in mind. Let me advise the protesters on this note too. Charlie, protestation is anger. You're venting your anger against this disgusting act of Galamsey. People are dying of kidney, deformed babies. People are really, I mean, young people are kidney diseases. They have no way to raise the money even to go for dialysis. And this is increasing. So these things are very annoying. And I can see how in the demonstration you can be so upset if, for example, Unyebi has died from a kidney problem because when you're dialysis and the water situation is still going on. It is very angry. But let me advise you. The minute you show anger and you turn your anger into aggression, you give the police a cause to manhandle you unnecessarily. That can be prevented. There's a way of going on demonstration and making your point forcefully, and don't let anything stop you from that. But when you get to the point where it gets to the point where the police are confronting you, make sure that when there was somewhere there, you are not carrying any weapon. All you are carrying are placards, and that's what people are saying now. The police anger giddy giddy giddy. They were carrying placards. Nobody had a gun. Nobody had a cutlass, police. All the protesters were just carrying placards. How do you go at them with such aggression over Obiokra placard? Because, yes. So please, protesters, all I'm saying, I'm not saying don't protest. I'm saying don't give any policeman the opportunity or the guts to touch you and manhandle you. They will probably do it anyway, but those of us can now come and make noise and say, we all manhandle. Don't give them a cause. Anyway, folks, this thing is so upsetting. Galamsey issues, we can talk about it every day. It won't stop. But for now, I'm saying power to the youth of Ghana who have decided, say, Charlie, this nonsense must stop. Yeah. And like I said, so minister who is a health person, a doctor, was saying, say, ne, china.
Obina, opese, anka omoye nanka ye di speed. nanka ya court nanka ya stop galamsey for nanka ya lose your seat. Yes, stop you omo na. Yes, stop you omo china.
Let me also assure them that this fight against Galamsey, this noise that we're making at Galamsey too, yes, folks, we'll get back to you again soon. Something exciting, but until then, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And my final words, what time is it, folks? It's nation time.